They're trying to make it.
Shalom, y'all.
So
This Harwood. Just been busy trying to get stuff together, that type of stuff. Just make sure everything. I'm trying to grab some land, me and my sisters and stuff, because I'm at the point where I don't even want to be in the city no more. I'm sick of this place. It's just getting a little out of control. But, so, I'm quite sure y'all see what's on my screen. I'm not going to play it because they banned the hell out of me. I'm talking about for months. Y'all hear me? Over one video. They hit me like, you know what I mean? So, over one video. You know what I mean? And it was telling y'all to, pretty much telling people, our people, to stand up and stop bowing down to them and stop begging them for shit. Like they in your land selling you your stuff and calling you a criminal, but they stealing all your shit like it's theirs and selling it back to you. You know what I'm saying? It like I always say this to people, it amazes me that how like, all right, let me make this fact. Can you get out the middle of the street? God damn, what's wrong with people? But let me just say this, right? If I came in your house and robbed your house of all your items, or took your house while you were not in it or in it, and then let's say you was gone for a little while, not a year, not even that long, like a month, couple months, whatever, vacation, whatever, and you come back and I'm telling you, you gotta pay me rent for your shit. You gotta pay me water bill, you gotta pay me gas bill, you gotta pay me rent, and all this food that was already in here, you gotta pay me for it. Because I'm giving it, I'm helping you out. Now, would you say that's right? Or would you say that's somebody stealing your shit and trying to sell it back to you? That's what I would say, right? So how do y'all sit here, y'all know, like, listen, y'all, and I'll just keep saying this to us. The easiest way to find out who and what you are and to know that this is your land is just go to the temples. All these people that they claim that this land belong to, their faces are not in no temples. Our faces are. And then what happens is they take photos and everything, and then they start trying to whitewash them, lighten up the skin. You know what I mean? And make it say that they not brown skinned people. And then the marker, the crazy marker about it, the whole thing is, if you go in the Mayan temples, it ain't nothing but brown skin and light skin, light complexion, not white, light skin, like me, a light tan. Or how can we say it, like a little darker than sand. You see it, and they got dreadlocks. Now, there's only one people that wear dreadlocks, and that's us. Everybody else mimic what we do. Our kids are running around right now with dreadlocks, right? So, if these temples were here before y'all got here, and there's paintings of people that look just like us, how the fuck are you saying these little Chinese men is this is their land? These little Asians, cause they ain't no Native American or anything. They Asians. They asses came right from Alaska and all them other Asian countries. What they call them? What they call those people? Damn, begin with an M. Shit, I can't think of the name right now. But people that know what I'm talking about, they know what I'm saying. So it's like it's right there in your face, and you sitting here letting somebody tell you something different, where it's in your face. It's clearly in your face. And then you go and start reading old books and old literature on stuff, and you'll see it there too, where they telling you that they saw brown people here. Wasn't no little chinky-eyed short men running around with straight hair. They lying. They came over here when the Caucasian people came here. They lying. But that's one thing I'm saying. This is the other thing. So we about to get the pressure put on us, something terrible. And you know, a lot of people don't understand when you say certain things about certain, you know, you say things about certain issues and stuff, but the Creator is about to put some hell of a pressure on us. And what I mean by that is this: we have been running around sinning and sinning and sinning and sinning and just doing one abominable thing after another, right? We're destroying our own people. Our women are acting like men. They got a Jezebel spirit. It's like running rampant all over the place. Our whole race is out of order, right? And the one thing that you constantly hear the Creator say is to repent and I will heal your land. That's what he constantly tell you. He ain't tell you to go scream to some fucking dude named Jesus or whatever the fucking name is, and you gonna get caught up in a damn cloud and be with somebody and shit, which don't make sense, because if you fucking read any type of mythologies about these other gods, one of them is Zeus. And Zeus tell the people that he's gonna bring them up into the heavens. You know what I'm saying? With him. And he's the Lord of the air. And another God is that too. But I ain't gonna get into all that right now. And the thing is, like I keep telling y'all, it's crazy that y'all don't, like, people don't want to hear this shit. They read it and they twist it and turn it to something else. It just amazes me how we act like we don't hear what we're reading, don't see what we're reading, or we let somebody tell us a lie. The Creator tell you in Deuteronomy 60, what is it? Deuteronomy 63, I think. The damn curses, right? In the curses, right? He tell you, I will cause you. Listen to what I'm saying to y'all. I will cause you, right, to worship other gods of wood and stone. Guess what? Guess what? Isn't that what we're doing? We are the biggest race of people on earth that's Christian and Muslim. And I don't care what you say, Islam has something to do with a stone. It does. That Kaaba is called a Kaaba stone. They tell you we ain't worshiping it when, and you know, they'll tell you that that's not worshiping it. That's this. Okay. Well, the Most High law says do not prostrate yourself in anything in the earth, above the earth, or beneath the earth, or in the waters. Does it not say that? Yeah, it do. So when you get on your knees and you prostrate yourself in front of something, isn't that what he just told you not to do? Okay, so then when you go to churches and you bow your fucking head to that goddamn cross and claps your hands together and it's in front of you, who are you praying to? And then you say, well, our Lord was hung on a cross. Let me explain something to y'all. Hold on, y'all. I got my light on. Let me explain something to y'all. You think the Creator is going to allow somebody to allow people to destroy him, kill? He gonna come down to earth and allow his own people to do something to him, right? So he can prove to you that he loves you. If you allowed your son to beat you the fuck up, your child will never respect you ever again. Ever again. And you know it. And that's left and right. That's mom and dad. If the dad allow his son to trash him, he will never get any type of respect from that boy ever again. If the boy beat his mom up, he will never respect his mom and daughter too. They will never show you any respect ever again. So you gonna tell me that you supposed to be the children of the Creator, but he gonna come down here and allow you to physically beat, brutalize, and kill him to prove to you that he, come on, y'all. Then it's, oh, he died for our sins. What? So if somebody died, so what? You can get in heaven, so you still gonna go through hell. You still gonna get tormented in life, but long as you make it to a goddamn skybox. Like, that's y'all problem, man. Y'all sit there, we in I can't, he in heaven when somebody died. No, he in the grave. Ain't nobody up in no damn sky. When that person died, they don't go sit in a fucking cloud. Like, it's just, we just say some of the dumbest shit. We do. We really do. We say some of the dumbest shit and we follow some of the dumbest shit. And that's because there's a bunch of ignorance. And a lot of our people are against us. And we don't even see it or even know it. A lot of our people don't give a damn. They don't care nothing about you. They don't care about your kids. They don't care about you. They don't care nothing. The only thing they care about is that fake dollar they can get. And so they can live this wicked ass lifestyle. That's all they care about. Nothing else. And I'm gonna tell you how I know. You know how many people I've talked to and said certain things to them, and I said, damn, you know, you won't get judged for that. And you know what they tell me? I'll deal with that when it comes. That's crazy. That's crazy. That means they don't care. They want what they want and they want it now. And they don't give a fuck what they gotta go through until they start going through it. That's wild. So, at the end of the day, y'all, it's about, that hammer about to get dropped on us. And like I was telling my boy, right, one of my homies, he said, I told him, he was saying something, you know, about all of the racist stuff going on and how it's like coming out in the open and how they just starting to do stuff and you know what I mean? And I'm like, well, if you read Isaiah, it tell you that he says that the other nations is his whipping stick, right? And he was like, what? I said, the other nations, the people that the Creator brought in, that allowed to come into this land and take and do what they doing to us right now. He said that they are his whipping stick. So I asked him straight out. I said, who do you get a whipping stick for? He said, what? I said, who do you get a whipping stick for? You get a whipping stick for animals, right? Like if you're taming an animal. Or you get a whipping stick for your child. And it's not like, you got to look at the wordage. Stop thinking, oh, you getting a stick and whipping your kid. You got to look at the word. When you chastise your child, you use a belt or something. Well, my mom used to use a damn switch off a tree. So that's what the fuck it was. It is what it is. But that's what it is. It's called a whipping stick. So that's what you use that for. So if the Creator's telling you that these people is his whipping stick, then wouldn't that be him chastising his children? So now let's just think about something. So why would he send people to chastise you for him because you're wrong, but then at the same time let y'all come down here and let y'all beat him up and kill him to prove to y'all he loves you? That's not how you prove to your children that you care about them. You chastise them when they wrong. You put them in order. Because you don't want your kids running around doing dumb shit and all out here wild, because you know what's going to happen. The wages of sin is death. You know it and I know it. So, at the end of the day, right, any way you look at it, it's about to go down on us. It really is. is about to go down on us, and you know, a lot of us ain't gonna make it, because he said, he said it out of his mouth, I will make Israel holy in front of their eyes. And what do you think he's talking about? How do you get your children in order? You chastise them. So y'all can take it as a joke, y'all can take it as a game, but if y'all can't see what's starting to turn up, then something wrong. Because they pushing it, and he done put it in their mind. He done put it in their mind. He said, I'm gonna put a thought in their mind, an evil thought in their mind, and it's in their mind. You look at it. Look at what, like, why is, all right, let me ask you this. Why is it racist white men coming down into black neighborhoods, going to black festivals, fucking with black people, starting fights and shit? What's the end result of that? And all right, so let's look at the thing where the guy got stomped out for slapping the bull, right? Look what the DA doing. The DA is protecting him. You know, everybody's sitting there talking about he should have an aggravated assault charge because he slapped that man. Just like when that man, they beat his ass, they got charged. When he slapped him on video, it should not be no damn what they call that shit, whatever that dumbass charge is. It should be aggravated assault because he slapped that man in his face. Clear. Because if that hand was dark and it was a white man's face getting slapped, that black man would be locked up and charged with aggravated assault. The motherfucker ain't even show up to court. That's just showing you right there that they letting you know this is what we can do. This is what y'all ain't gonna do. And then all you do is you start looking at all the comments. The other races, the other white people, what do you hear? What do you hear? You know what you hear. You hear all the bullshit coming out their mouth. They telling you how they really feel. So you telling me what they pushing for. Because the Most High said, I'm going to put an evil thought in their mind. And he's not playing. Because we out of fucking control. Look at our kids. They wake up eating murder breakfast. They don't even go for like bacon and eggs or something like that. Even though I don't eat bacon, but y'all see what I'm saying? They don't go for a bowl of cereal. They go for a body. They go straight outside and catch them a body. They don't care. And that's what he said. Man's heart will grow cold during the end. And that's what it is. So, and listen, man, look. If you're a man and you have a son and he got taken, understand that is the end of your generation. So y'all better think quick and start changing and stop acting the fucking way you act. Listen, all you niggas out here running around trying to fuck everybody's wife and going after men's wives, I'm telling you, that shit ain't gonna work. He gonna get you out of here. He's going to get you out of here. You lying down with another man's wife, your ass is going to get took out. He is not playing no more. All your sins is coming back upon your head. Quick now. It ain't no more, give him a chance. Ain't none of that. All that shit is damn near at the end now. Y'all, we done sat around and did all the bullshit we was gonna do. But now, you lie down with another man's wife, bro, and that's adultery. I'm gonna tell you another thing actually it's fornication, but another adultery. Well, adultery really is when you worship other gods. That's what it is. That's why he calls us adulterers. Because the Creator tell you that he's married to Israel, like we're his wife, a bride. So y'all gotta start reading. And then another thing with you women, I'm gonna tell y'all something. All that, I'm divorced. You can't divorce your husband. You cannot do it. You're not allowed to divorce your husband. You're not. You would have to literally go to your father, tell your father what's going on. Then your father would go to the priest, the judges, and the judges would hear out everything and talk to the husband, hear out everything, and then they would, if it's like him being brutal or something and beating her and doing all this crazy shit to her, yeah, they'll do it then. But if it's you talking about I'm bored, nah, we ain't doing that. Nah, that ain't happening. You listen, I'm telling y'all, keep doing the shit y'all doing. Keep marrying these men, running off, sleeping with other men. You're gonna lose your life. He's not playing. He's not playing. He's going to start getting us out of here. You cannot divorce your husband. And a husband cannot put his wife away unless she violates certain laws. Meaning one of the main laws is if she was represented to be a virgin and she wasn't. That's one. Adultery. That's another one. But he can't just go up and say, I'm tired of this bitch. He can't do it either. He can put her away. And once he put her away and she marries another man, he cannot return back to her. So let's just put it this way, right? You put your wife away, right? That means divorce or whatever, right? And after a certain amount of time, she's allowed to marry again, right? And she goes and marry, or another man goes into her. That's how marriage is, to be honest with you. Once she do that, you can't marry her again. You can't have her back. That shit over with. Because she'll be defiled unto you. Because see, we don't look at shit the way the Most High look at stuff. We look at shit carnally. We look at stuff out of how we feel, how we want it to be. You know what I mean? But he look at stuff for what it is, because he's dealing with spirits. He's dealing with the physical and the spiritual part of us. So when you go into a woman takes part of you. Your essence is in her, right? That's why she starts acting like you, doing shit that you do, start liking stuff that you do, because that's part of the bonding process. That's how we literally bond. That's how you become one spirit. It's a bonding thing. So now if she allow another man to go into her, what that does is now you have another man in you too. So now you're doing shit outside of what your husband like, because that the other man is, his ways is in you. So to the Most High, that's unclean. It's unclean. And nah, you can't. Nope. And I'm telling y'all, the one thing he tell you, Israel men, call the men, he said, get your houses in order. He ain't say women get your house, he said men, get your houses in order, because it's coming. And ain't gonna be no all that I can, nah, bro, that shit. And if she ain't listening, put her away. You're gonna have to, or separate. You're gonna have to separate for her, and she's gonna have to fend for herself, because everything that she do comes down on you, because you the head. I don't give a fuck what they sitting here telling y'all, a man this, a man body this. Listen, all that shit gonna be out the window, because when that judgment come down, that shit coming to you, nigga. You the head of the house. Or you gonna have to put her ass away and let her deal with her own problems. And the one thing a lot of y'all have not realized is that once the man is separated out of the family, that man's blessing is took off that house. It's taken off the house. The woman, the blessings don't come through women. They come through the man. That's what I'm saying. They sit here and they lie to y'all. They tell y'all all these lies, these passages and stuff. They tell y'all that he blessing y'all and all. No, you're being blessed by the devil, and I ain't talking about no damn Satan. I'm talking about, to be honest with you, I can't even use the word devil, because devil is an idol. Devil is something, an object that you created and you prostrate to. So a wicked man. You're literally being blessed by the wicked because you're doing what the wicked want. You know what I mean? That's what you're doing. You're doing the ways of the wicked. So, and if y'all really paid attention, right? If the Most High tell you a man shall not lie down with another man, right, as he lie down with a woman, then that's the law, right? Men and men cannot make babies, right? And it tells you that a woman shall not lie down with a woman as she lie down with a man because they can't make babies, right? So, and if they're telling you, no, it's okay, you can do that, we made a law for it, that's wicked. That's against the natural order. That's against the Most High's natural order, right? So, if you can't do that, why would you do it? And then when you get judged, now what? You didn't know? Like, that's in you innately to know that. You know that shit ain't right. That's why you pushing for the right to do it. Because you know it ain't right. It's like, come on, man. And it's amazing how on here, when we post videos, we always got hate speech, this. But then you get people on here making songs, singing nigger, and all this other shit, and they shit don't get banned. It's like, at what point, y'all, are we gonna just say, fuck everything they got going on? We sitting here so hard to try to be part of what? Why do you want to be part of this bullshit? Look at your kids. And if your kids ain't like that, look at what they gotta deal with. Look at what your kids gotta deal with. Racist ass cops. All types of shit. Then the fucked up part is you got black men that was part of the system, and so they don't lose their money, they'll sit there and say, ain't no such thing as racist cops. Your own people selling you out for nothing. Like, come on, man. Why would y'all want to be part of this shit? They can't tell you to go nowhere. They know this your lane. They can't do shit. So they just come up with all these little lies. And then you listening to your own people telling you, your own people sitting here telling you, they gonna come after you next. They can't do nothing. They cannot. They can't do it. And they know they can't. Only thing they can do is keep getting us out of here and incarcerating us like they've been doing. And we sit there and we allow all this shit to happen. And it's so bad now that most of us go against our own damn people for them. We done traded on our own race. And you know, it's sad because a lot of us are so far gone though that you kind of get to the point where it's like, why would I want to help somebody that is going to potentially come in my house and do something to me and my children and my wife? You know what I mean? And you got to think about it, y'all. None of this shit would be happening if it wasn't these greedy ass people in power. It wouldn't be no robbing, no. Listen, if a righteous man, all right, let's put it this way. If this government was dismantled and everything had to start over, I'm talking about everything, right? And a righteous man, one of our people, a righteous man, was to get on the become the king, whatever you want to call it, and follow the laws of the Creator, we would be at peace. There would be nothing happening. The crazy part is we'll be living long ass lives and all. But it can't, because you got evil people over top of everything. And they don't care. All they worried about is getting more. And it's like, you got to think about that. What kind of sickness is that if you got almost $1 trillion, right? You, one person, right? That take care of you, your family, and everybody. Like, how much do you, like, it gets to the point where you got all this money. There's nothing you could buy, nothing you could do, nothing you could go. Now you just want to dominate and take over places and have people just like worker ants. You don't want nobody to enjoy nothing. You just want to sit there and watch people suffer. You got to think about how evil a person got to be to do some shit like that. You got to be an evil motherfucker. You got to be an evil motherfucker to do some shit like that, y'all. Real shit. Like, what the fuck could you possibly getting out of watching people suffer? Watching people crying over their children passing away and shit. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? That's evil. And even on a small scale, even for normal people that you know that ain't rich, but they you know they doing all right for themselves. How can you just sit there and watch somebody starve to death? The fuck is wrong with you? You don't think something wrong with you? You telling me you watching this man? He's sitting there on the ground, damn near died because he haven't eaten, and you know, God knows how long, and so you want to go with this saying they use, he probably gonna get high or whatever. Okay, so you telling me the $10 that you done wasted on whatever the fuck you buying because you wasted, you waste so much money on bullshit. But you telling me you can't take $10 fucking and give it to somebody and potentially save their life because you worried about what they gonna do with it? It should be the intention. The intention should be what you be thinking about, not what somebody gonna do with something. I wouldn't care. He get high, that's his fault. At least I did my part. That's like if you see somebody dying of thirst and you bring him a bottle of water, if you dump it on his head, whose fault is that? It's his fault. He dumped it on his own head. You gave him water. You know? That's how you gotta start looking at stuff. And you like, y'all gotta get out of that because you're gonna get judged for so much shit. You're supposed to take care of the weak and the poor and the widow. Until you take care of the widow. You know why? Because there's no man to provide, and they done set up stuff so bad that you can't even everybody gotta work together now. It ain't no one the man go out and make the money. And then another thing is too, you young people, man, y'all really need to sit back and start talking to y'all elders before y'all make all these wild ass lies up. Oh well, my dad, he just up and left, or this happened, or well, not my dad, my grandfather, and he was this. You don't know that. You need to talk to people before you start lying on people. That's called bearing false witness. Because there were systems put in place that put the man out the house. There were systems in place that would put the man in prison. There's a lot of stuff that was going on during those days that y'all don't know about because y'all don't want to know. But y'all want to get on these Jones and talk this crazy, dumbass shit like all this stuff y'all able to do was always around. That's a fucking lie. That's that's like one of the biggest lies on earth. Because I remember when I was little, it wasn't like that. Sometimes, man, shit, we had to take fucking flour and water and make them damn cakes. Fry a fucking cake of flour and water to eat something. For real. Like, it was bad. Then you had these racist ass cops running around beating on children and shit. It was bad out down everywhere. Y'all think they just was giving us stuff and making sure? Nah, fuck no, they don't want to do it now. So if they don't want to do it now, what made you think they was doing it then? It was actually worse. It was actually worse. like we got to get out of that, man. Just sitting here, everything is just blame the man, blame this person, blame. But what about the other people? Why is it so funny that damn near every Caucasian and every other race come here and just get up, and then for some reason we can't seem to get there? I mean, it's not all of us, but a small margin of us get there. But then the other races come and they just get up, and then they make you look like, wait a minute, so what are we doing wrong that we can't do what they did? And that's because they helping them. And you so damn dumb, you sitting there not believing they asses when they sitting there. How many times you apply for a business loan and got turned down? You know, I know an African guy that didn't have half the shit I had and got a fucking loan, and then when I applied for one, they said nope. Motherfucker got a $100,000 loan, I applied for 20, they told me nope. So you tell, like, come on, y'all gotta start like looking at shit, and you gotta stop listening to people that's lying to you, talking about, oh, they don't hinder this and they don't do. Yes, the fuck they do. They do it all the time. They don't fix your neighborhoods until their people start moving in and taking over the neighborhood. They don't really police your neighborhood, and if they do police it, it's not being policed where it's helping you. It's being policed where everybody's a fucking criminal. That's what they do. Goddamn cops don't be looking at us as talking about, oh, that he a nice looking, honest man. Every last one of us, they look at us as fucking criminals. And it's like, let's use common sense. They pull you over, the first thing they ask you is, do you got any weapons or anything in the car? Then when they pull over one of their people, they don't ask that shit. They don't ask that. The fuck out of here. You gonna ask, I'm a grown ass man, you gonna ask me where I'm going. Where the fuck you going? Nobody asked you to pull me over. Even with the criminal justice thing, right? Even if you look at that, right? They tell you that they rehabilitate. How are you really rehabilitated if, number one, they put this damn letter on your name? So you got this letter on your name. Nobody wants to give you a job, right? They give you a list of job places to go to get a job, right? When you're on parole. These motherfuckers don't answer the phone. One boy, I was listening to his joint, he was talking about, man, the fucking number ain't even active. But then they up your neck about getting a job, but they know, see, it's all a setup. It's all set up to get you back in there because they make more money off your body. It's all a setup. And at the end of the day, if you cannot provide for your family, you're gonna do what you gotta do to provide for your family. That's the one thing people don't tend to understand. Now, don't get me wrong, there's dudes out here that just prefer to be in the streets. It is. But a lot of guys, man, if you give them an opportunity to work a job that they can actually take care of their family with, like $20 an hour, something half-ass all right, not no fucking $8 an hour, like something they can literally take care of their family with, they would never be out in those streets. They wouldn't. They wouldn't. It used to, when I was young, we used to have all kinds of classes. What they would call like shop class, classes that taught you how to, like carpentry class, plumbing class, automotive class. They taught you, this was in high school. They taught you how to do all that shit. Why is not in your, why they take that out? Who was that hurting? So now, you gotta pay to go to school to learn something, right? And now let's think about it. How many people you know got good half-ass already credit and get a fucking student, get a loan, and then when they get a student loan, The interest on that shit is like, come on, y'all. It's all set up. All of it. The whole thing. And like, if you look at everything that's going on right now, to be honest with you, it's not even worth getting a fucking high school diploma, to be honest. To me, it ain't. To be honest with you, learn how to read, write, count, comprehend, and whatever talent the Creator gave you, that's what you need to work on. Because you going to school to get all these goddamn doctorates and degrees and this shit, and then you can't get a job. My sister got like fucking 3 degrees in high-ass work acceptance. Ain't doing nothing in her field. You see what I'm saying? They got y'all out here talking about you need this. You man, get the fuck out of here, man. These people are liars. And the faster you find out and understand that, then you would see that what you would have to do to make sure everything is going better for you and your family is not follow that goddamn blueprint they bullshit around and lie and tell you to follow. Because it ain't no good for you. The one thing I can honestly say that I did do right is that I literally took what the Creator gave me and I utilized it. I did not go through they shit. I'll use what He gave me. That's what I did. And I'm telling y'all the truth. I don't even have a high school diploma. Sure don't. Sure don't. And guarantee probably smarter than half the people looking at this video. Just being honest with you. Because what y'all don't understand is that these diplomas, they give y'all all this stuff, this is their measuring of how good of a slave you are. How good of a follower you are. Are you going to do what we say? And all you got to do is pay attention, right? Look at high schools and then go to a prison. In high school, they tell you to walk to the right side of the wall. In prison, they tell you to stay to the right of the wall. They give you a pass to go to see the principal's office. They give you a pass to go to the bubble. The principal's office. You need a hall pass. How come? Why is that? So why is a high school mimic off the same guidelines of a prison? Explain that one. Even the fucking buses look the same. Yeah, the yellow buses and the prison buses are the same buses. Just a different color. You tell me. So when you get your diplomas and all that stuff, it's nothing but just showing that you follow the rules. Their rules. That's what it is. That's what it is. Because in a minute, your diploma ain't gonna mean shit the way what they trying to do. Don't matter if you got one anyway. They don't want you to be able to comprehend in a minute. They done took out teaching you how to write in hieroglyphs and how to sign your signature, which is hieroglyphs is actually cursive. They've taken it out. Why? Because you can't sign your signature now. That means you can't fight nothing they say. So you figure by the time my son's kids or his age or teenagers, they're going to be the perfect slaves. You're not going to have any paper money. That means you're not going to have no control of your funds at all. Nothing. You ain't going to be able to control nothing. They going to have you under a fucking, like a, how can I put it? Like a point system. Meaning you do something they don't like, they take your money. You ain't eating this week. Oh, you can't drive the car this week. Oh, you can't go where? You can't come out the house. There's a strike on your access card. They're gonna have utter and total control of you. And it's because you being a good follower. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm done, though. I'm alright, y'all. I'm out of here. Shalom.